Golden Guardians vs Jindong Gaming had the slowest start of all the main stage series, with viewers having to wait until almost 7 minutes to see Ruler collect first blood. But despite the kill, GG would actually pick up first dragon during Ruler's reset timer, and then, when JDG started up the Herald, GG successfully punished the fact that Ruler had no flash after using it for the first blood, taking him down and taking the objective for themselves. GG continued to string more picks together, first onto 369, who doesn't even have flash, opting into TP Ignite, and then once more finding Ruler just before his flash cooldown came back up. At 13 minutes, however, JDG would halt the Guardians' momentum with a commanding teamfight. JDG stepped up to contest the dragon, and GG pulled the trigger to engage, feeling like they had JDG flanked, which they did, but not by anyone with any damage. Missing then saw his opportunity, flashing in and landing a massive Glacial Fissure onto 2. The rest of JDG layered their AoE on top of it, and Ruler's Super Mega Death Rocket came flying in to take the kill credit and giving him the move speed he needed to quickly join the fight. Stixxay did hit a big Moonlight Vigil which would secure him a double kill, but was not enough to finish off Knight, who then came back around to take him out with a long range shot blast before he and Ruler eventually ran down Gory. GG came into the series looking for a scrap, and at 17 minutes looked for the play to get them back into the game. Huhi lay in wait to try and catch out Knight, but Kanavi calmly tanked the dredge line for his mid laner, knowing that GG simply did not have the damage to take him down. Both top laners TP'd into the fight, and then were the first two to fall as 369 traded his life for Licorice's. Meanwhile, Ruler just stayed mid, crushing towers on the Jinx. It looked like JDG might have overchased as Kanavi got very low, but once Knight took down Stixxay, the Guardians simply did not have any damage left to fight with. At 22 minutes, GG tried to find a pick while JDG set up for Baron, and while they did manage to take down the Braum, they had to turn tail and run, meaning JDG could just move into the pit themselves. River went for the 50-50 smite steal, which wouldn't have been the end of the world had Gory not also stepped up, resulting in his death as well. JDG were ruthless and took the opportunity to end the game with GG's two main frontliners in the death chamber. Game 2 followed the trend of slightly slower first bloods, which this time was brought about through a Licorice solo kill onto 369. JDG looked to play on the other side of the map with an attempted bot dive, but completely botched it as missing took Tower Echo slightly too soon, forcing him to back off before the play really started, and passing on the ramped up tower damage to Ruler, who was taken down, followed in quick succession by Kanavi as he tried to rescue something from the play. GG then fumbled a gank mid lane as Gory tried to hold onto his flash, which slowed the play down ever so slightly, allowing Knight to get to the safety of his tower, bringing River with him. Missing and Kanavi arrived to help pick up the 2 kills onto the Golden Guardians mid-jungle duo. GG then decided not to contest the third Drake, opting instead to place their Herald top lane, which netted them 2 towers and a kill onto 369. JDG then tried to chase them down on the retreat, but a perfect turn from Huhi resulted in 2 more kills for the LCS second seed. It was full steam ahead when an attempted pick onto Missing turned into a full team fight around the JDG blue buff. It looked like the tides might be turning in JDG's favour before another wonder engage from Huhi stopped them in their tracks, which bought enough time for the rest of his team to follow up and clean the fight. Golden Guardians were then unable to push the game forward, and steadily lost control of the map, granting JDG positioning onto the Baron. LeBlanc would once again fool the Guardians, baiting Lissandra and Viols without dying, allowing the rest of JDG to charge forwards and stomp GG in their own jungle, after which they returned for the Baron. GG thought they might have found a moment to contest JDG on the Dragon, but as Knight easily dealt with Gory, and Licorice took himself out of the fight to zone 369, Ruler and Kanavi knew the remaining 3v3 was winning, even though Ruler face tanked all of LM via CC, and Game 2 was over from there. Game 3 resumed MSI's crazy early game tempo as both teams went for level 1 invades and ended up starting on the enemy's buffs. They then returned to bot lane and it looked like a disaster for GG as Kanavi picked up first blood, but Stixxay got the return kill and then an insane blind flash hook from Huhi secured his ADC the double. All Golden Guardians had to do now was sit back and wait for Jinx to take over the game, but JDG would not let that happen so easily. After GG took the second dragon of the game, JDG collapsed on them as they tried to exit the river. Stixxay could not play the game as Nautilus and Rakan ults kept him stun locked, and Gory's attempt to peel him merely handed over another kill. The Guardians did manage to find a couple more kills, but a horrendous misplay from River cost him his life, giving JDG the chance to take mid inner tower and Huhi down with it as he tried to defend it. River then followed up one questionable decision with another, as he tried to force again instantly after respawning, and was sent straight back to the fountain, where he was shortly joined by Gory, who once again died after ulting to save a teammate who was long gone. JDG then took the Baron for free, and Kanavi demonstrated why Kha'Zix has been popping up again, one-tapping Stixxay without him even needing to be isolated. JDG broke Golden Guardians' base wide open, and didn't even need to go for a second Baron as the triple super minion waves were already too much for GG to deal with, and another heavily one-sided series was closed out 3-0. Thanks for watching, and thank you for enjoying, I guess, because if you're still here, you probably enjoyed it. And if you want to enjoy a few more, then they're right here. Click them.